Welcome to this DaVinci Resolve Fusion node breakdown. Today's node is the grid node, and this node is a DaVinci Resolve effect available within Fusion. So we're going to jump into Fusion, and we just got some footage, and let's search for the grid node. So I'm going to select grid and add it, and we get a grid. And the whole point to this grid is just for measurement purposes, and it does nothing else. It's not like the grid warp where you can change it and warp stuff and do different things. It's just for measurement purposes. So up top, we can change the size of our row cells and the column cells independently. So we can make them larger, smaller. Additionally, we can change the major line spacing, and the major line is this thicker line, so we can have major lines. You can change the spacing of them. Down here, we can change the line color. So if we want a different color, we can change it. We can change it independently on the red, the green, and the blue. We can change the horizontal line width, the vertical line width, and we can change that major line width independently. Underneath, we can transform our whole grid by panning it, meaning side to side. We can tilt it, which is up and down. We can zoom it to make it larger or smaller. We can rotate it. We can change the width, the height. We can shear it on the X, shear it on the Y. We can change the pitch, and we can change the yaw to get your grid placed where you want. So basically, if you need a grid to be able to help you measure things or draw things or space things, this is the node you would use. So in a typical setting, a good way to use this is to say, I don't know, measure stuff in different programs. So let's say in Photoshop, we wanted to bring this in so we could draw something on her shirt there. We could zoom this in, and we can change it so it lines up with our shirt. So let's bring that down. We're going to rotate it so it's kind of rotated the angle of the top of her shirt there. And say we wanted to bring this into Photoshop to draw something on the back of our shirt. We could simply add a optical flow. Then we could add a vector warp node. And on our vector warp node, we would want to make sure we checked unwarp. So if we look at our footage, now we've got our footage kind of sitting there. And we'll make sure we use frame 0 as our start frame. And with a grid, we can go to our media out. And once it's on our media out, we can go to our color page. And if we go to our grading tab here, we can just right click, hit grab still, right click our still, export it, and we can save it out as a JPEG or however you want to save it. Once you have that saved, we can go ahead and open that up in Photoshop or your preferred art tool. And we can go in here and make any changes we want. So I could, I'm going to make a new level and just make a C and a B. I know I don't need these grids for it, but this is just an example. If you needed grids to draw things or do different stuff. So I can delete that and I can keep it the same size, or I can resize it if I want. So I'm just going to trim it down so it's not so huge. And I'm going to save it as a PNG. Back in Fusion, we can now disconnect our little grid there. We can go to our grid warp, and instead of unwarp, we're going to change this to generate warp plus map. And I could bring our little CB in input it on our warp, add a transform to it, and let's transform this size. And we'll bring it down. And now if we play, we've got our little art attached to her shirt with the help of our grid node. So that is the grid node. I will see you in the next node breakdown.